Jai students. Today once again in chemistry we will study a new topic of our unit solutions, that is known as colligative properties. We will see here colligative properties. Before understanding about colligative properties, we will see here about the vapor pressure. We will see here about vapor pressure. Students, as you know very well that if we will boil a solvent like water in a closed vessel, we generally find that this type of phenomena will take place. Suppose this is the vessel, this is a closed vessel in which a small amount of water is present here, and if we will heat it with the help of a burner, then what will happen here? If we will heat this container, then generally the water vapors will produce and they will fill the whole empty space of this container. If it will so, then what will happen? The vapors now will, some of the vapors will go in the vapor phase, while simultaneously the other vapors will come in the surface of the same solvent and they will strike and they will condense and they will again meet the liquid. So there will be a type of equilibrium between the vapor phase and its condensed form or liquid state, liquid phase. So there will be type of equilibrium which will exist. This type of pressure which is exerted by the vapor of same liquid on the surface of same liquid is known as vapor pressure of that liquid. So we will see here in this particular case, this is known as vapor pressure of the liquid. If we will see here that earlier we have already studied about the vapor pressure of different type of solutions, like the vapor pressure we can see here, on the basis of vapor pressure the type of solution. We have already studied about the gas in liquid type of solution, second liquid in liquid type of solution, and third solid in liquid type of solution. We have already studied about the gas in liquid type of solution, and under which we have already studied about the Henry law, okay, in the previous video, and we have already studied about the liquid type of solutions. Under this we have already studied about the Raoult's law, and now we are studying here about the solid in liquid type of solution under the colligative properties. So we will see here that if we will take pure solvent, then the vapor pressure of pure solvent will be maximum, and if we will mix a small amount of non-volatile solute, then what will happen? The vapor pressure of pure solvent will now decrease. So what will happen? As the vapor pressure of this pure solvent will decrease, there will be a decrease in the vapor pressure. So this decrease in vapor pressure denotes the, you can say, change in the physical properties of the solvent. These physical properties comes under the colligative properties. We can say these are the colligative properties. How many colligative properties of a solution are possible? We will see here. There are about 4 colligative properties which are given. So these 4 colligative properties are: number 1, relative lowering in vapor pressure of solvent. Second is elevation in boiling point of solvent, and the other properties are, we will see here, other properties are number 3, depression in freezing point of solvent. 4th, osmotic pressure. Of the solution. Osmotic pressure of the solution. We will see all these colligative properties one by one. But before it, we will find out what is the definition of our colligative properties. So we will see here about the definition of colligative properties. The properties of a solvent or solution which depend upon the number of non-volatile particles of solute present in a solution are known as colligative properties. So colligative properties are those properties which depend upon the number of solute particles which are non-volatile present in a solution, irrespective of the nature of the particle of solute, are known as colligative properties. After these colligative properties, we will see that how these colligative properties will change on mixing a non-volatile solute in a pure solvent. So first of all, I am taking here relative lowering in vapor pressure. In vapor pressure. Students, we know very well, if we will take the pure solvent, its vapor pressure will be maximum. How it will be possible? Because if we will heat that pure solvent, only the particle of pure solvent will go in the vapor phase. But as if we will mix a small amount of a non-volatile solute, then what will happen? Generally, non-volatile solute will compete with the particles of the pure solvent for going in the vapor phase. That's why the vapor pressure of the pure solvent will decrease. We can understand this with the help of a diagram. Suppose we are taking here a pure solvent like water, okay, in a closed vessel. So in a closed vessel, these are in this closed vessel or closed container, only the particles of the water molecule will be present here on the surface of this liquid. And if we will heat this pure solvent, then what will happen? Only the particles of the, you can say, pure solvent will go in the vapor phase, okay, and maximum particle of the pure solvent will be present in the empty space. But if suppose you are mixing a non-volatile solute, these are suppose the particles of non-volatile solute which are mixed in this solution, then some of the particles of the non-volatile solute will also be present with the particle of pure solvent on the surface of this liquid, okay. So these particles which will be non-volatile in nature, they will now compete with these the molecule of pure solvent for going in the vapor phase, and in this manner the vapor pressure of the pure solvent will decrease. This is known as lowering in vapor pressure. Now we will see here about the relative lowering in vapor pressure. But before it, we will see here that suppose the vapor pressure, okay, suppose the vapor pressure of pure solvent is equal to P1 naught, okay, and the vapor pressure of Vp or vapor pressure of solution is P1. Then there will be a change in the vapor pressure. Always remember that we know very well that P1 naught will be greater than P1. Okay? So in this particular case, we can write here change in vapor pressure will be delta P will be equal to P1 naught, okay, minus P1. This is suppose our equation number 1. Okay. Now we will see here that the relative lowering in vapor pressure is you can say difference between the vapor pressure of pure solvent and vapor pressure of the solution. Now according to Raoult's law, if you will see here the vapor pressure of a solution according to Raoult's law, we will see here according to Raoult's law. We will see here that the Raoult's law says that the vapor pressure of a solution will be directly proportional to the vapor pressure of a component of solution will be directly proportional to the mole fraction of that component in a solution. So suppose we are taking here as a pure solvent as a P1. Okay, P1 is the pure solvent, so P1 will be directly proportional to X1. Okay, P1 will be directly proportional to the X1 here. Now if you will see here that P1 will be equal to, you can write here P1 is equal to P1 naught into X1, where P1 naught is known as proportionality constant. Okay, this is known as proportionality constant now. So now we will see here about the you can say other property that if we will see here that delta P1 naught into X1. So we can put here the value of P1 naught in this equation number 1. So on putting the value of P1 you can say P1 naught in this equation, we will see here that on putting the value of P1 naught or delta P1 naught, we will write here P1 naught, P1 in equation 1. So we can write here delta P is equal to P1 naught minus P1 naught X1. Okay. Now if we will take here that we can write here that will be equal to delta P1, delta P is equal to P1 naught and 1 minus X1. Okay, 1 minus X1. Now in this particular case, as we know very well that 1 minus X1 will be equal to, since we know very well that 1 minus X1 is equal to X2 according to mole fraction. So now we will see here that delta P is equal to P1 naught into X2. Okay. Now we will see here. So we can write here that if a solution is made by only two components, suppose these components are component 1 and component 2, then we can write here by using this equation, we can write here that delta P divided by P1 naught is equal to X2. Okay, what is X2? X2 is equal to mole fraction. X2 is equal to mole fraction of solvent, mole fraction of solute, mole fraction of solute in this particular case. So now we can write here that delta P divided by P1 naught will be equal to N2 upon N1 plus N2. Okay, what is N2 and N1? Where N1 is the number of moles of the solvent and N2 is the number of moles of solute. So now if we will see here, if in this particular case N1 is N2 is very less, N2 is very less than N1. So what we can write here? In this particular case, we can write here delta P upon P1 naught will be equal to N2 upon N1. We can neglect the value or neglect the N2 from denominator side. Okay. In this particular case, since we know very well that N2 upon N1 will show the number of moles, so we can write here that delta P divided by P1 naught is equal to W2 upon M2 divided by W1 upon M1. Now in this particular case, you know that this is the where W2 is the mass of solute and W1 is the mass of solvent and M2 is the molar mass of solute and M1 is the molar mass of solvent. So now we will see here that will be equal to delta P upon P1 naught will be equal to we can write here W2 upon M2 into, it will provide us M1 upon W1. Now in place of delta P, we can also write here delta P, since we know very well here. Delta P will be equal to P1 naught minus P1. So on putting the value in this equation number 2, suppose this is equation number 2, we can get here P1 naught minus P1 upon P1, okay, naught is equal to W2 into M1 upon M2 into W1. So this is the equation which shows the relative lowering in vapor pressure. If all quantity excepting the value of M2 are known here, then we can easily calculate the value of M2 on the by using this relationship or relative lowering of vapor pressure. So now we will see here that after it we can also find out the relative lowering in vapor pressure of a solution. Now further about the next colligative property we will study in the next video.